Typical Michigan. It's starting to get cold. I mean, this is October 27th. It's probably 45 degrees outside, maybe 50 at the most. But our right front upper bar came in from Rock Auto. Took 2 days to get it, and it delivered on Saturday. It was $26, $27 plus shipping. I think I ended up paying like $30. So it's an aftermarket unit, obviously. It's a Move Tech. So they still have a lifetime warranty. The factory OEM is, I think, 202 or something like that. And let's take it apart and see if we can tell the difference. Okay, I'm gonna pull the car in, put it up on jack stands. Pull off both tires because I think I'm gonna work on the headlight as well. And then we'll start working on suspension. Okay, I got the car up on a jack stand. It's underneath there. I'm doing the other side as well. I'm just taking a second to get the lug nuts off. But this is the bar right here that we're changing out. So, see it? Here, if I can. There we go. See it moving? We'll take that out and then we'll replace it. So it looks like we needed some, maybe those are 17 or something like that. We'll take them off and split it apart. This slides out and then take them off up there. So let's take a look. Okay, this is going to be a quick one. The battery's dying. But this is a 16 millimeter. Here and here, we're going to take this bolt off right here, apply it to wedge this a little bit, and then we're going to push up right here. Like this has a pin through. This is just a round pin. It gets shoved through. And then we're going to take the upper bolts way up in here. See them up in there? We're going to take that bolt off and this arm should come out. I'm going to finagle with that. But I'll probably end up with 2 wrenches like this, 2 16 millimeter wrenches. Looked like it was ripping. Oh, there's a hole. Look at that. There's a hole in the boot for the tie rod end. So I'm going to end up replacing this tie rod end. It's full of water. See that? That causes them to go out pretty fast. So I'll have to replace that tie rod end too now. It's not bad yet, but with water in there, it's definitely gonna go bad fast. So just know one of those things. So alright, I'm gonna get to it. I'll try to capture as much as I can until the battery dies. Okay, well that took about an hour. You can see what I did. My suggestion, this bolt right here, don't try to twist it out. Put some heat, and I ran the heat across the cylinder here, right here, just back and forth and back and forth, and then slowly put a wrench on this and kept heating it until this started to turn. Don't wrench on it too tight. I only pulled it out to there because I only need to remove this one right here in the rear. I'm only doing the rear. The ball joint ended up actually coming right off. See that? Coming right off, and I played hell trying to get this off. What I ended up using was a pickle fork and kind of wedge it underneath there and kind of shimmy up and down like this, and it finally wiggled its way out. Now I got to remove the bar from the rear stud over there, which I'm hoping isn't going to be a pain in the ass. So we'll see. That's the next one. Let me get working on that, and hopefully I can get these things apart and we can compare them. Okay, another 45 minutes later, I get the arm off, but you got to remove the whole entire strut. So basically, be prepared to take off the lower one, and you got to take off both uppers. I think if I would have known that, I probably would have replaced both. So I'm gonna put the new one on, put it back together, and then I do plan on replacing the springs later. Maybe I'll replace it then. So we'll see. But so let's take a look at the other one. Let me take this out of the package. See, it's in the package right here. You can kind of see the difference. So hold on a second. So here we are. You can see. You can actually tell this one is rotted pretty good right there. You can see it. They're all split up. River bushing is. See how this one's nice and healthy? So it looks like this one has a smaller centerpiece than the other one. Other than that, they're identical. Maybe this gives you more leverage so you don't crush as much. So we're gonna get this one on and see how that goes. So let's get to doing that. I'm gonna loose fit it to the assembly here. Okay, just as a note, the 3 bolts right here. There's one here. There's one here. There's one over there. Those are your 3 upper strut bolts. Once you get that loose, if this assembly has never been taken apart, there's like a little washer keeper. Once you take the lower one out, you can kind of push the lower arms down, and then you can wiggle the strut off to the right, to the front of the vehicle. And then you can wiggle and pull it down and get that little snap ring washer to snap off, and the whole assembly just came right out. So, all right, let's get this thing in. Okay, got it back together. One of the key things you should know is you always tighten up suspension components with it under load. I mean, you can see it's off the jack stand over there. I jacked it under the lower main arm across, and then I was able to get these bars to slide back in pretty easily. I put anti-seize on everything. So I tightened the rear arm when it was on the ground, lined up with the front arm. They're pretty much at the same position. So I did that one, but the actual shock mount I tightened up with it under compression. Like I said earlier, I'm going to have to replace this tie rod. It's got a hole in the boot, so it's going to happen pretty soon here. But that's about it. So, oh, another thing. When I went to slide these in here, they're a little tough. I put anti-seize around all this stuff in here. What I did is I held on to the arm itself, and I guided it into the hole, and then I tapped on this with my little brass hammer right here. So I kind of did this number as I was pushing down. I kind of tapped it right here. As I was pushing down, the pin slid in. And then I got the bolt started a little bit to hold that one in place. And then I did the rear one the same way. I sat there and tapped right here. As I was pulling it down, it went right in. So these things are a pain in the ass. You also got to make sure they're always seated. There's like a little shelf that sits on, so you need to make sure they're seated. Obviously, I'm going to take this back apart again. I'm debating, I think the next one is, I'm just going to, this summer, I may just replace all of the wearable items in the whole front of this thing. There's a whole kit you can buy. I think I'm just going to go through everything. Even replace the one I just did. And it's so cheap. But inner and outer tie rods, all the lower, everything, all blood. I just take the whole thing apart and rebuild it. I plan on putting some lowering springs in this thing too, so what the hell, why not? Alright, well, thanks for watching. It's the rear arm replacement. And continuing on with my $13,000 S4. So, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Alright.